I've been through it. You've been through it. Hell, I remember sometimes going through high school, my back felt like a damn taco shell. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the tips I've used to overcome my acne problem and will help you get rid of your acne too. Stay hydrated. I'm not going to go into detail with this one, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, there's no point using any occlusive agent or moisturizers if you're putting them on your skin, but your skin's dry and you're not hydrating, so you're not getting moisture coming up through the skin to actually stay moist. Make sense? Yeah. And you won't find any acne regime or scientific study that doesn't include this. Just do it. Next tip, don't forget about your hair. Your hair, just like your skin, can build up with oils and germs and bacteria and dandruff and hair products and other things that can then, depending on the length of your hair, fall down onto your back or have a fringe that flops into your face, and that can contribute to acne as well. Now, I'm not suggesting that you have to shave all your hair off and go bald, but adapting your hairstyle so that it's not coming into contact with your acne-prone areas is a good way to help minimize the risk of getting more acne in the future, especially if you take all of these tips on board. Wash yourself after exercising. Excessive sweating has been linked to an increased risk of generating acne, largely because of all of the sweat and oil production that occurs on our skin, which then helps to feed the bacteria on our skin, which leads to more proliferation of their numbers and a larger bacterial load over time. Generally, if you can wash yourself, say, within an hour after finishing exercising, or when you've been out and about and excessively sweating, it'll go a long way to help reduce the acne you have. Following on from this point, don't wear super tight clothing. Most people don't realize this, but if you wear clothing that hugs your skin really tight, the friction that it causes between the clothing rubbing on your skin actually can increase your risk of getting acne in the first place, and it can also aggravate existing acne. And ironically, most of the time, this sort of clothing is going to be gym wear. So now we can couple that with excessive sweating. You can just see how it's a weird acne-friendly cocktail. And this usually leads to acne in other areas, not so much the face, namely the upper and mid-back region and the buttocks. Again, possible resolutions to this is try and avoid wearing these all the time, especially if you're just loafing around the house. And like my other point, try and wash yourself as soon as you've finished exercising as well. Another tip, the same principle can be applied to people who wear sunglasses or glasses often during the day and they have acne-prone areas around their eye sockets. Make sure to wash your glasses every once in a while too. Washing your pillow sheets and towels regularly. Your face houses millions of bacteria that then attach to your pillow each and every time you slap your face on it. Quick snippet, in most cases, acne involves an overproduction of oils called sebum in the skin. If you put your head on your pillow, all of this and all of those bacteria will mix in and make some weird concoction that'll brew all day long, waiting for you to come back and put your head on it again. Same principle applies to your towel. It gets wet, the moisture helps promote bacterial growth. You wipe it all over your body, then you wipe your face with it. Trust me, so many of my patients are shocked when they decide to take this on board and change their pillows and towels every few days or so and notice a dramatic difference in a fairly short period of time to their acne. Stop touching your face. Studies have shown that most people will touch their face either consciously or subconsciously between 16 to 23 times per hour. Your hands touch so many surfaces during the day, your phone, your laptop, your wallet, doorknobs, taps, picking up all the lovely little germies along the way. Touching your face with all these germs can actually aggravate your acne even more, especially if your skin is dry or you have any open sores. It's also been linked to increasing your risk of catching colds and other common respiratory infections. So we all have to actively break this habit. And it is tough. Don't overwash. Like I mentioned in my previous skincare video, overwashing our face with soap too often during the day can strip away too much of the oils that our skin actually needs to stay naturally vibrant. It may seem like a stark contradiction when we need oil on our skin, but oil is part of the problem. In a nutshell, oil helps to trap moisture on the skin to prevent it from drying out. Dry skin has been shown to increase the risk of premature aging over a long period of time, lead to chronic inflammatory conditions of the skin, such as acne, delay wound healing, lead to scar tissue forming, and then your skin is just going to be so damn itchy and red and aggravated. Generally, depending on your skin type, washing once or twice a day is more than enough to remove all of the excess dead skin cells and dirt and sebum that would naturally build up on our skin. In fact, this point is especially important if you're someone who's taking anti-acne medication, because a lot of the times these are going to dry out our skin naturally through the mechanisms that they have. Okay, this is going to upset a lot of people out there, but don't pop your pimples, ever. As much as for whatever reason people find a guilty pleasure in popping white goop out of their body, I strongly recommend that you don't. Popping pimples releases all of the dead cells, sebum, bacteria and inflammatory juices that your body has produced onto the otherwise healthy skin surrounding it, where it can then spread and transmit to other pores that may not have been clogged up and lead to them becoming infected as well. It also further promotes more of an inflammatory process in our bodies, which can then increase your risk of getting acne scarring as it heals. I mean, just think about it. There's a reason all dermatologists recommend that you don't pop your pimples, and if for whatever reason one of them does need lancing, that you go to someone who's qualified in that process and get it done right. Next tip, choose the right acne medication for you. Yes, unfortunately, there's not a one-size-fits-all treatment for acne. And part of this process does require a little bit of trial and error to determine what sort of skin type you have, but it'll help in the long run. Whether you've tried the common benzoyl peroxide creams, antibacterial creams, antibacterial washes. If you've been trying a treatment and it hasn't shown any improvement in your acne over a period of up to 2 months, then it's probably time to consider an alternative treatment. Speaking with your medical professional is a great way to get your skin assessed and find the right treatment for you. Another tip about benzoyl peroxide, there hasn't been any evidence that using the highest strength concentrations, namely 10% or above, to have any more benefit on your skin and acne reduction than the 5% or less. Next tip, use a moisturizer. Again, in my previous video, I went through the benefits of using a moisturizer. It's something that we should all be using at least once a day, but if your skin is particularly dry, which a lot of my patients who are on anti-acne medications such as Roaccutane or a retinoid will experience, you can go up to 4 times a day or more if needed. Anything that's water-based in this instance will work better than the oil-based ones, simply because you're probably having enough oil on your skin already. Well, that's really it for the tips that I use to overcome my acne. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please remember to apply some benzoyl peroxide to the like button and hit subscribe with the notification bell on. Now go and adopt these tips, and I'll see you in the next one when your acne is better than ever.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it! Make your dreams come true!